It's not possible. I didn't say it would be easy, Neo.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
The Louisiana Committee on Parole is impaneled at headquarters today in Baton Rouge. On the panel serving, my name is Jerry Ledoux. I'll chair today. To my left is Carolyn Stapleton, and to my right is Pete Freeman. We have some support staff here. And it's 9:55. Our remote site is, I say, Bayou Dorche. Is that going to be okay with you guys?
Yes, ma'am.
And who do we have in support there?
Yeah, Major Culpepper, Wilkes Parish.
And I'm Jason Johnson. I'm program manager with the Steve Oil program.
Sergeant Perryman, I'm in administration.
Great. Thank you so much for being there today. Sir, I'm going to ask you for your name and your DOC number, please.
Brian Ford, 495001.
Yes, so that's what I have. Mr. Ford, I'm going to read some information from the file, and then you're going to confirm that information. We're going to do some interview of you. We're going to allow the staff there if they'd like to make a statement. We also have on Zoom your sister, Jasmine Ford, and she will be able to make a statement, and then we'll allow you to close out. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sir, I find that you are a fourth felony offender currently serving a 7-year sentence for simple robbery. You have a parole eligibility date of 11/7/2023. You have a good time date. Well, you're not eligible for good time. Let's see. Sure, I can. That's correct. And you have a full term date of 8/7/2025. Does that sound correct according to your understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So at this time, I'm going to ask Mr. Freeman to begin some questioning. Okay.
Yes,
Okay, Mr. Ford, how old are you?
41.
41, okay, and as she said, you have a full-term date of 8/7/25, so no matter what happens today, you will be getting out on that date. How long have you served on these 7 years? Actual incarceration?
6 years.
Okay. All right, all right, now I'm gonna ask you, this is the most important question I'm gonna ask you, okay?
Yes, sir.
Tell me what went down that day. That arrest report is very confusing. You know, goes from walking a dog to getting a cup of water to all kind of stuff. You tell me in your own words what happened.
Well, this is exactly what happened that day. Well, I woke up that morning and I was in my addiction at the time with opioids. And so I got some Percocet, oxycodones, and I ate those. And I ran out and we needed more. The guy that I was with. And he had someone that had them. And they took money from him the night before. And so we went there and they wouldn't give him none, wouldn't give us none. So we took some pills from him.
Yeah. Who had the gun?
He had the gun.
Okay. And how did your prints get there?
Because the gun was in the vehicle at first. And when I handed it to him, he had the gun because they took the money from him.
All right.
And my prints was there on the cup. It wasn't on the gun.
Right. I know where your fingerprints were. That's why I was asking you. But you did touch the gun also. So you knew that I mean, you was on drugs at times, strung out, but you knew that if the guy didn't give him his drugs, he was going to steal. He was going to get them.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I'm glad you were totally honest. I believe that story way better than the walking the dog and getting a glass of water story. I'm going to tell you. Okay. You know, so you already admitted it. You had a drug problem, correct?
Yes, sir.
And in 2020, sir, he completed Steve Hoyle.
Yes, sir. I've done a 1-year treatment in Bossier Parish.
Mhm.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
can y'all provide any information on that? Tell me how he did and your recommendations, sir.
So he
Repeat your name. My bad, I missed it.
Oh, that's okay. My name is Jason Johnson. I'm the program manager at the Bayou d'Orchid Steve Hoyle. We have two Steve Hoyles. They're the same program, just different locations. He completed Steve Hoyle at Bossier, the year program. There's no notes in his files about any problems or anything like that. Just went through totally normal. We've talked about addiction a little bit already. Some of the options that are available, and obviously addiction's like a lifelong process. So there are meetings that could be attended to, medications that could assist with that, should those be needed.
Okay. Mr. Ford, are you even considering the medications?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's a good thing, you know. Can't do it on your own, get a little help. Okay. Let's see. You had a pretty rough supervision record. I imagine it's hard to be on parole supervision when you're still doing drugs. So.
Yeah, when I was using, yes, sir.
I see in your past you also went to Teen Challenge.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your mother is deceased. Your sister is here to speak on your behalf today. We got statements back from the victims, and he said just what you said, to be honest with you. He said he looked like he was real high. And he's satisfied with whatever decision we make. He's not opposed or in favor. He just said whatever decision the board decides. Job, where are you going? You gonna stay working for Mr. Smith, or are you going back home?
I'm going to stay working for Mr. Smith.
That is a great idea.
Yes, sir.
What do you do for Mr. Smith?
I'm a welder.
Okay, about how much is he paying?
Right at the moment, I'm making $22.60 an hour.
Good, that's good pay. Good pay. Okay, and you have a place to stay when you get out down there? They gonna help you locate something?
Yes, sir.
All right. Warden, or anybody at the facility want to make any comments?
No, I would just like to say that he lets y'all know that he's a welder. That's his job, what he's doing there with Mr. Smith. My husband is the instructor at the technical college
I got
where
it.
my husband is the
Excellent.
one that trained him. I mean, worked with him and everything, and he has had nothing but praise for Mr. Ford. And he's excellent at what he does. And my husband, like I said, he's got nothing but good things to say about him. I have nothing but good things to say about him. He's done exceptional.
Great.
And
No write-ups here.
yeah, and he's had no write-ups here.
That's what I want to know that. Trouble. Okay.
No,
All right.
nobody's ever deserving of it. I feel like he is for sure.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. You know, I've never heard you talk that much, so.
I know, but I mean, he did not ask me to speak or anything. I just found out about this morning,
Mhm.
and I needed to speak on his behalf.
Okay. Thank you.
That's
Okay. Good. And you did have some letters from some people very supportive of you. Mr. Smith, the guy that you're going to work for, sent you a letter saying you would continue to have employment with him if you are released today. I have no further questions for Mr. Ford.
Ms. Stapleton.
Mr. Ford, you've heard everything Mr. Freeman had to say, and I think that was a wonderful interview for him and you, and then the people present in the room. I hope that you put your best foot forward for the rest of your life. You still have plenty. I mean, you're 41, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So drug addiction is a hard thing for people to get over. You've had some programming, you've had some help there. So, you know, I hope you do well for the rest of your life. You certainly have a good trade, and you do have a new beginning, and make of it what you will.
Yes, ma'am.
This time, I'd like to go to your sister, Jasmine Ford, who's joining us by Zoom. And Ms. Ford, would you like to make a statement to the board about Brian?
Yes, ma'am. Brian is amazing. Um, since he's been away, I got 3 kids total, and I'm just ready for him to meet his nieces.
Right.
Thanks.
So you're ready to see him back home or back out?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, we appreciate those comments. I know it's not easy to appear and do these things, so thank you for your appearance today. Okay, Mr. Ford, I think that it's at this time your turn to make a statement to the board prior to us making decisions.
Well, I'd like to say if I'm granted this opportunity, I will value it. And the last 6 years of my life, I learned a lot. And I hate the choices that I made, but I can't change them. And the only thing I could do is look forward to doing better, you know? And that's my goal. And I really would appreciate this opportunity to prove myself.
Because Mr. Freeman started with our interviews, I'm going to go ahead and let him go first.
Okay. As Ms. Stapleton said, I've really enjoyed your interview today, Mr. Ford.
Yes, sir.
You know, you do realize you are a fourth offender.
Yes, sir.
Had all the best programs now that not only money can buy or the state has to offer you. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm a total believer in Steve Hoyle. I think that if you paid attention, like he said, and you did what you're supposed to do, and you took it to heart, it's going to help you. This drinking is going to be an ongoing problem. All I can tell you is from experience that if you have a problem, go to your probation officer before it leads to arrest. Because once it gets to arrest, you're done. Okay. So, my vote today, I'm going to grant your supervision with 3 AA meetings per week and 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew and any recommendations that Steve Hall wants to add.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Stapleton.
I concur with Mr. Freeman.
Mr. Ford, you have 2 votes already, so my vote will not matter either way. But I just want to point out for the record, you took complete responsibility for previous behavior and decisions. You have completed a state-approved welding training program with a diploma. You have great letters of support. You have performed admirably in trench work program to the point that they will give you a job, and you have served over 85% of your sentence right now. You have no disciplinary write-ups while you've been incarcerated. For the reasons stated there, my vote is to grant. So today you have been granted, and we wish you well. You will be complying with Mr. Freeman's recommendations for substance abuse classes and curfew, and anything that Steve Hoyle or your probation officer chooses to place upon you for your success.
Yes, ma'am.
So congratulations, you've been granted.
Okay, thank you, guys.